Hello everyone, this is Gwendolyn. This video is about today's full moon in Virgo and what it means for each of the signs. This full moon is going to bring up and bring some illumination to what has been going on for the last 5 months. It is happening at a time where Jupiter is recrossing over the degree that happened on September 13th with that partial solar eclipse that we had. So if you are getting some illumination about things that have happened since that date, this full moon is bringing things to the surface and making things that initiated around that time clearer and sort of more whole, coming complete from those last 5 months since September 13th. So in general, full moons talk about completions, arrivals, ends of cycles, times to let things go, or when things come to fruition, when things finally come to the surface. And full moons usually provide a great deal of illumination. And I'll speak about which area of the chart it happens for each sun sign. So I'm going to start with Virgo, because Virgo, it's happening, the full moon is in Virgo, today's full moon is in Virgo. And so Virgo, when the full moon happens in your house, it may mean that you're experiencing the feelings of being a new you. So this is like a flower blossoming that was planted 5 months ago, when that new moon in Virgo had happened. If you had set any intentions, look to see if you're living out those wishes or intentions. I'm getting the sense that for Virgos, you may be getting a sense of a new you. Something has changed in your identity. Something has changed about how you conduct yourself or how you're participating in the world. And if you want to get any insight into where that's been illuminated, look back to what began around September 13th, because that's when the partial new moon came. If this is happening for you in terms of a cycle that's needing to be let go of, there may have been some developments and growths that you went through over the last 5 months, which are allowing you to release old things of the past. So fears, doubts, ways of being that you wanted to let go of. This full moon is saying you've arrived. The new you is here. So that's for you, Virgo, is the meaning of the full moon in Virgo today. Embrace that and enjoy that. It's a nice thing when the full moon hits your house. So Libra, the full moon for you is hitting in your 12th house. The 12th house is a sign of, or a house of the unconscious. So it can show that there are dreams that are happening. You may get details in dreams. That's actually something that's true for all of the signs as well, is that when we have the full moon in Virgo, there can be an over preoccupation with details, deadlines, splitting hairs, sometimes criticalness or criticism can show up. So be careful, or judgments. Be careful that you see the larger picture and that you are seeing the forest for the trees. But you may get some interesting details that show up in your dreams, Libra. So pay attention to those, and I would write down specific words that show up in your dreams. This is also the 12th house of large institutions, of things that confine us. So there may be some illumination regarding some situation where you felt confined, or you were dealing with, say, a larger governmental entity. There may be some illumination regarding that. But otherwise, pay attention to those dreams, Libra. There's a lot of illumination available for you there. The next sign, Scorpio. Scorpio, this full moon is showing up in your 11th house of community and friendships. So there may be a friend that you end up letting go of. If you feel like the cycle has run its course with one of your friends, that's very possible here. Another possibility is that your social and community life is being highlighted and featured. It's being illuminated. You may be reviewing what serves you in terms of your friends or community, or you may be very happy with how that has been developing. You may have a whole new set of friends that you did back from 5 months ago, or you may be involved in other community projects. It also has a very humanitarian cast to it. So if there were projects that you initiated about 5 months ago that have to do with humanitarian or philanthropic causes, you may be seeing some nice fruits from that right now, Scorpio. For Sagittarius, this full moon is happening in your 10th house of career. So it's saying that you're getting the acclaim, the status, the recognition in your career that you may have been looking for. If you've been working hard towards your career, especially with something that you initiated back in September, the light is shining on that right now. It's a featured project. The eyes, it's like having a spotlight on your work that you've been doing. And if you've been working hard since September, that's showing up. If there have been things that you haven't been able to accomplish since September that you wanted to, that's also showing up. So basically there's a feature and a spotlight on the work that you've been doing for the past 5 months, especially in terms of relation to, excuse me, you just grab a drink of water here. Especially in relation to your status, career, reputation, all of that. So it could be a really great time right now, actually, when full moon shows up in your career house to ask for a raise or to take that extra level of marketing or promotion. Those are all featured. So that's for you, Sagittarius. Enjoy the highlight and spotlight in your work. For Capricorn, this full moon is showing up in your 9th house of travel, of publishing, higher learning, religion. So this may show that it's time to get out and about, Capricorn. If there has been somewhere that you are wanting to travel to, if there's been something that you've been wanting to publish, if you have, for example, been studying other cultures, other religions, any type of higher learning, this is when you may be graduating from that course, or you may receive special insights or illuminations from the studying that you've been doing over the past 5 to 6 months. It's also a time when travel may be featured or highlighted. You may get some insights regarding other religions, higher learning. If there's a subject that you've been studying that you want to learn about a new level of it, this is a fantastic time to really dig in and really get that illumination in that subject. If travel has been part of you've been planning for it, this may be the time when you actually get to go, or this is featured, highlighted. It's a good time to spread your wings. It's got that 9th house, has that explorer energy, so it's a great time to do any type of exploring, whether it's literal physical travel and exploration or whether it's mental exploration of something. And it's a good time, like I said, if you're publishing anything, like for example, if you have a blog, it may be getting some attention now. The feature may be getting some highlighted attention. The spotlight may be on it. So if you've been saving and waiting to publish anything that seems of importance in particular, now is a good time to publish that. It's all spotlights are on you in terms of publishing, travel, higher learning, religion, and spirituality. So Aquarius, for you, this full moon is appearing in your 8th house of transformation, secrets, things that are hidden. So that means that there's illumination available to you in areas where things were hidden. Secrets may be revealed to you right now, Aquarius. Things that were behind the scenes, things that were, excuse me, not available for you to see before. You may discover some new insights or new hidden information that was behind a veil or in the shadows before. It's also a time when work that you have been doing over the past 5 months can really fuel your transformation. So for example, if you began an exercise regime or something related to your health or lifestyle back in September, you may be seeing the full moon, the completion, the fullness of that. You may be getting some nice results now. Whatever it is that you initiated, especially if it has to do with transformation, that is featured right now, and you may be able to harvest some nice fruits from what it is that you planted around that time. And notice around you if there's something that's been secret or hidden. Now's a good time to crack codes, discover secrets, have access to information that wasn't available before. So if there's been something that you've been wondering about, something that you haven't had the answer to, that's been in secret, now's a good time to, there's a spotlight on that area right now, so now's a good time when you can discover those things, Aquarius. For Pisces, this is happening in your 7th house of partnerships. So full moon in 7th house of partnerships means this is a time when you could meet someone who's a partner, whether it's partnering with business or a romantic partner, or if it's, say, a best friend. Any type of partnership is featured right now. So you may want to partner collaboratively on creative projects. You may want to spend a lot of time either dating or focusing on your current relationship, but your relationships and partnerships, they've got a spotlight on them right now. It's featured, it's illuminated, so it could be a really great time when someone shows up in your partnership sector. It could be that a spotlight is being shown on how you have partnered in the past and things that have come to completion that you no longer serve you and you're willing to let go of. You've got a real insight right now to looking into your partnerships and getting information about what's happening there. For Aries, this full moon is happening in your 6th house of work, of daily lifestyle, of daily habits, things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So right now it could be a time when you're reevaluating your work, what you do day to day. It's a time when things that you do day to day are showing up and they're being illuminated, the fruits of those. So for example, if back in September you've been doing something every day, now when the full moon hits that 6th house is when you're starting to see results from it. So enjoy that. Or if there's something about your lifestyle that you are interested in modifying, right now you're going to have a lot of ability to see clearly what's going on in your day-to-day habits or your work, that you can consider whether you want to keep doing that or whether it's something that you're ready to let go of. Something's coming to completion in your 6th house of work and daily habits or lifestyle. For Taurus, this full moon is happening in your 5th house of true love, of children, of creative projects, and of expression. So this may be, when there's a full moon that shows up in 5th house of true love, it could be featuring the love that you have for a partner or for your children. Things could be very rosy for you right now in terms of your family, partnerships, children, love. You may just feel full of love when the full moon shows up in your love house. Or if there is a project that you've been working on, a creative project, now may be the time when you release it to the world, when you perform that play, or when you have a gallery opening show, something like that. Any creative projects, the light is shining on those. So now is a good time to share that with the world, to sort of give birth to that, if that makes sense. It's also a great time for social things. So if you're looking at hosting dinner parties or anything that has to do with being on stage and performing, sharing your gifts with the world, this is really featured for you now. It's a beautiful time for that, as well as just enjoying the love that is present in your life, and the full moon helps that expand. Also, if you're trying to have children, now is a good time that's featured. So enjoy that, Taurus. For Gemini, this full moon is happening in your 4th house of the home. So things at your home are really under review, or the spotlight is being shined on them. You may want to consider what is working for you in your home. You may want to work on projects here, or you may have just finished a renovation, finished a project. Things may have finally arrived at how you want them to be, but the light is shining on your home life. So if there's ways that you want to change things, Gemini, now is a good time to write those things down, because you're seeing things clearly. There's a lot of illumination. It's really featured for you, anything having to do with the home. So right now is a great time to do projects that involve your home, your garden, your estate. It's also a good time for interior design, anything to do with nurturing, basically feathering your nest. You may want to spend a lot of time just at home when full moon shows up in your 4th house. And it's also a good time to look at, if you are a parent, how things are. It's illuminating your parenting skills, or if you're wanting to become a parent, this is illuminating that for you. So enjoy anything related to the home during this time, Gemini. For Leo, for Cancer, this full moon is happening in your 3rd house of self-expression and communication. So if there's something, Cancer, that you've been wanting to communicate to someone, now is the time to do it. Full moons are times when things come to culmination, to graduation, to completion, to fruition. So the time is ripe. If there's something that you've been looking to communicate, now is the time. Today, or within 5 days of this full moon, is a really wonderful time. Your communication is clear during this time. You know how to say things. The light is shining on communications for you. Things have come to a point where it's rich and it's full. So if you're looking, your communication skills are highlighted, and if you're looking to communicate, whether to an individual or a group right now, that's really featured. If you're looking to do anything over radio or broadcasting, also very featured. This 3rd house rules information that's carried over the airwaves. So also if you're looking to do a lecture, anything that has to do with you speaking to someone else or a group, all very featured. Wonderful time to do that, Cancer. For Leo, this full moon happens in your 2nd house of assets and possessions. So this is a wonderful time to acquire new money, to have money grow. If you have been putting things in an investment since September, you may see some nice reaping of rewards from that, some nice growth of that. This is basically a ripening of money, of assets, of possessions. That house is featured for you now. So either you're seeing a nice accumulation there, or it's a good time to acquire an additional asset, Leo. If you've been looking to make a big purchase, now is a good time to go ahead with that. Or it may be that you're reviewing your current assets and possessions and making decisions about what you're going to keep and what you're going to get rid of. When full moon shows up in your 2nd house of assets, possessions, and money, a spotlight is being shown there. So if you have been responsible with handling that, you're probably seeing a lot of nice growth there. If there's some things that need review, it's being featured in a big way right now. So you may want to look at in what ways you want to continue with your current approach to your assets, possessions, investments, and money, or if there is something with this full moon that you need to let go of, an old way. You may want to look at what's been going on since September 13th to today and see if that's an area of growth or if that needs some adjustment, because it's being featured for you here in the 2nd house. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This full moon, just remember with this full moon, be careful to keep your eye on the larger picture of things. Don't get overly consumed with details or splitting hairs or especially judgments or criticism. Try to keep a larger view of things, because moon in Virgo, full moon in Virgo will definitely have us looking in on the details. That will come naturally, but try to, while that's happening, also keep an eye on the bigger picture. Thank you so much for watching. Yours in the stars.